I have made a vow to myself that I will absolutely go out of my way to vote against any political candidate who has one of these automated phoning things that calls my unlisted number or calls even my fax machine.
Oh, I hate that.
Absolutely. I don't care who it is, Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, whatever. They call my house on any of my phone numbers. I will absolutely go out of my way to vote against them and persuade as many people as possible to do the same. It is a plague upon the land.
But I do like getting calls from the pollsters because I like messing with them. It's so much fun. It is.
Push polling?
Yeah, the push polling, any kind of polling. I love talking to pollsters for an hour on end. It is just because I can
play
mess
with their heads.
Yeah, because I know how to mess with poll results. You know, it's very easy, really. It's not real complicated.
Didn't know you were Polish.
Well.
Thank
you very much.
Yes, indeed. Don Federer has been flexing his opinion muscles as a columnist since, I think it was shortly after the printing press was invented. He does so these days.
It goes back to drawings on the walls of caves. I was big at the time.
I see.
Mr. Federer practices his dubious art these days on the web at a website called grasstopsusa.com. And he is, by the way, I think we've mentioned this a time or two before, he is an endangered species. He is an actual conservative living in Boston, Massachusetts. So we commend you for your survival skills. You're right next door to what is today Action Central, New Hampshire. That's where Mitt Romney is supposed to make his comeback after the embarrassment he suffered in Iowa. First, what do you think the chances are that he will?
Slim. According to I know there are always last-minute turnarounds, but McCain is riding a crest. I think the last poll showed him something like 7 points ahead of Romney. Clearly, he has the momentum, so I think Romney is doomed. Now, George W. Bush lost New Hampshire in 2000, lost to Romney, went on to win the presidential nomination and the presidency. On the other hand,
he lost to McCain, didn't he?
Texas,
wait, hold it. He lost to McCain, not Romney.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must be. I must have developed Romney's art of prophecy. You may recall Romney said he saw his father marching with Martin Luther King.
Oh yes,
which of course never happened.
No.
And as I said in a political commercial that I wrote for Mr. Romney, he also saw his father landing at Omaha Beach on D-Day, breaking through to Bastogne with Patton in the Battle of the Bulge, charging up San Juan Hill with Teddy Roosevelt, and so on.
Yeah.
But I did misspeak. In 2000, George W. Bush lost to John McCain in New Hampshire. Also lost Iowa, I believe, in 2000, and went on to win the nomination and the presidency. On the other hand, Massachusetts is right next door to New Hampshire, as you pointed out, Lee. Unlike Texas, which is quite a ways away, doesn't border New Hampshire. Not the last time I checked. So this is particularly bad for Romney, especially given the huge amounts of money that Romney has spent. I think in the trillions of dollars. So he could be doomed if he loses New Hampshire. Hillary, on the other hand,
I know it is. It is amusing.
I think she's going to change her campaign song to "It's my primary and I'll cry if I want."
I like
Can you
it.
imagine what the Iranians must be saying?
Oh my God!
We have no homosexuals in Iran, and women don't cry unless we beat them, of course.
Oh.
But this is amazing. I thought of. The other day, I thought of a campaign spot for Hillary, too, a la Margaret Hamilton. I'm melting!
I contend that, she wore her story about inevitability just about as far as she could go. Somebody would go up to her and go, and blow her right over.
And apparently Barack has.
Yes.
He has a few problems of his own, by the way, but I thought it was great the other day. Bill was saying, well, I can't make her a man, and I can't make her taller, and I can't make her younger. What he really should have said was, look, I understand that you don't like her, I've been married to the woman for more than 30 years, and I don't like her. But vote for her anyway.
The consensus, I hate that word, but it seems to be that in the Republican debate, when was it, night before last, that Romney did very well and probably just won the thing.
He did do well, but, winning debates is something that appeals to pundits. It's not what sways the American people. Romney has just changed his position so radically on so many issues that no one finds him credible. Romney thinks it's his religion. He thinks it's his Mormonism. If he really wanted to make an impression about a month ago, rather than making the, I'm a Mormon speech and, I like God and I think God should be part of America again, what he really should have done is gotten up before the cameras and said, look, I lied to the people of Massachusetts for 6 years, but I'm telling you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then, he could have gone on and said, the people of Massachusetts are stupid. They deserve to be lied to.
Doing a Hillary.
Yes.
Pretty much what she said about the voters in the Iowa caucuses as well.
Yeah. Well, she said what they always say. Well, I took home the silver, except in her case it was the bronze, wasn't it? And now I'm going for the gold. Anyway, I'm not sure how much New Hampshire means ultimately. Iowa, New Hampshire, they provide momentum. A lot of it comes down to Super Tuesday, money, campaign organization, and perception.
You have lived under Romney's governorship. How many years in Massachusetts was he governor?
Just 4. It seemed like an eternity, but it was actually just 4 years.
All right. Get specific. What did he do as governor of Massachusetts that you find less than inspiring?
I'll give you the big one. He could have stopped gay marriage by himself, and he didn't. He talks about standing up for the family, standing up for marriage. That's cow droppings.
Ah.
This is
very elegantly stated, may I say.
Thank you. This is what happened in a nutshell. The Supreme Judicial Court of Massachusetts, if I'm not mistaken, it was in 2004, in November or December, told the legislature, gay marriage is in the Constitution. Constitution requires citizens be treated equally, therefore we find that gay marriage is in the Constitution. And they said to the legislature, you produce enabling legislation. You pass legislation for gay marriage. You have 180 days to do that. So they threw it to the legislature. The legislature did nothing, absolutely nothing. At the end of the 180 days, Romney acted as if they'd done something. He acted as if that they had actually passed gay marriage legislation, and Romney said, well, that's it, and he ordered the Department of Public Health, which in turn ordered all of the city and county clerks to begin issuing marriage licenses to same-sex couples. Romney could have done a number of things. He could have said, our Constitution says that the judiciary shall have no control over marriage. It's a legislative matter. The Supreme Judicial Court exceeded its authority. I'm going to ignore it. Or he could have said, the majority of members of the SJC have in fact said they're no longer qualified to serve. I regretfully accept their nomination. Here are my new nominees for the court. Or he could have simply did what the legislature did, nothing, and caused a stalemate. But instead, Mitt Romney brought same-sex marriage to Massachusetts. So that's the biggie.
I got an email a few minutes ago from Tom in Vallejo, a listener who wants me to ask you if Romney made any money in any way from what has been called the biggest public works project in history, the Big Dig, that tunnel project in Massachusetts. He was around as governor for 4 years. Was there anything extraordinary about his role in that project?